Yo. All right. Yo. Yo, man, I appreciate that, man. Yo, I tell you what, Low Spec, man, I appreciate you. What's up, Penny? How you doing? Hopefully, you guys are having a great afternoon. I tell you what, man, this is why I love you guys, man. I appreciate you having my back, yo. And it ended up being the same problem I had before. I don't know why it would. This is OBS. I don't know why it would undo like any kind of changes, but I appreciate you saying something, man. Thanks, man. Hell, I would have been going, not even thinking that when I didn't see the bar jumping, that the audio, wasn't in. But there we go, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, man. So y'all can hear me now. Drop me a yay or nay. I appreciate y'all. All right, that's what's up. All right, appreciate that. All right, so since y'all couldn't hear me, what I said was wanted to start off saying, hey, what's up? It's your boy 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. And I wanted to thank everybody for being here, having my back, and looking out for me the way you have. And it's funny because as I was saying that, you guys looked out for me yet again. So I appreciate that. And I was just saying that, today I'm just sitting here trying to, do some cool shit, check out some different things. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up a new way of doing basically like a live stream versus how I normally would have done it. And try to have a little bit more fun with it, be a little bit more engaging. At the same time, try to get back comfortable doing live streams and wanting to make y'all more a part of what I'm doing here with this. As time progresses, like right now, I'm doing little light, fluffy shit, fucking around with videos, watching AI stuff with superheroes, seeing what's going on Twitter, you know, different things like that. I mean, yeah, I'm taking it easy for now, but as time progresses, I'll be tackling different subject matters, things a lot more heavier than this. Uh, you know, and still keep things balanced. Everything's gonna be in the everything's gonna be in the world of like pop culture and things that surround it. So try to stay, as close to that and comic books and all the other shits that I've been doing. But just wanted to explain that and let y'all know what was going on. But yeah, just glad to be here. So excuse me, y'all. I saw this, right, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I don't know if you know anybody's talking about it. I didn't see anybody mention this as of yet. But this says here, Gen Z and Alpha don't want to see that Rambo bullshit on screen. It's funny because this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. And I don't know if you would I know I don't agree with that versus, let's say if I haven't read this, but let's say if they're suggesting, right, that, let's say Gen Z and Alpha are suggesting that the shit that's out now is better. That says a lot about Gen Z and Alpha. So says joyful fatherhood is the new one-man army. A new study out of UCLA finds. See, from UCLA. That's pretty badass. Yo, he's tearing that shit up. Yup. Can't fuck with Stallone, man. It says, sorry, Jason Statham, but Gen Alpha, born 2010 to 2024, 2025, and Gen Z, born 1997 to 2012, are not looking for a transporter. That shit's corny, but all right. It says the Center for Scholars and Storytellers, CSS. Wow, I didn't know the Center for Scholars and Storytellers even existed, but I don't go to UCLA, so has released findings from its Evolving Masculinity study. The study surveyed 1,500 tweens, teens, and young adults ages 10 to 24, finding that these groups want to see boys and men on TV in movies moving away from isolation and other masculine stereotypes and towards vulnerability and connection. You know what? Just from that alone, so you got what? Young tweens, teens, and young adults, ages from 10 to 24, that were involved in this study. And basically, they don't want masculinity or anything like that. They want some vulnerability, connection, some old, I don't know, some softer shit. Is that what it is? They don't want something that hard. If they get their way, the new Roadhouse 2, which is the new shit's coming up pretty soon, because I heard it got the green light for the sequel, for the new one, for the new version of Roadhouse, is gonna suck. Wow. It says specifically these new gens want to see dads showing love to kids on the screen and enjoying parenting. Well, I mean, okay, if you want to see like a traditional father role, Okay, I could see that. But then again, I wouldn't bash shit like Rambo because television is not showing that kind of thing. You know, it's funny because when I look, all right, let's just cut the shit. All right, so as I'm reading this, you guys got to remember that. Let's say around the time that Rambo came out, right? What they're asking for, like dad showing kids love, parenting on the screen. We were getting all that. We were getting all that in a shitload of TV shows when we were that age. So basically, what we had at that age is what the Gen Z and Alpha is what they're yearning for now. Is what I'm taking from this. So if that's the case, to be honest, that shit doesn't fall like it doesn't fall on us. That shit falls on their demographics that's giving them that bullshit that doesn't have what they want in it. And that's why we ain't watching the shit. If you want to be truthful, because we don't mind like we don't mind like our generation where we came from, we don't mind watching that. We don't mind watching Dad showing love. Why? Because we grew up on shows like that. I mean, it's different if we didn't have that shit like in our household or whatever. But we're talking about movies and TV. On movies and TVs, we had that. But the thing is, it's the higher ups. They're the ones that kind of push that shit. Like to let's say to have a TV show or a movie that has parents showing love to kids. Hollywood and the way they're structured now pushed all that shit out the door, in my opinion. And that's it. In my opinion, that's what they've done. And it looks like, Gen Z and Alpha is yearning for the same shit. We had it. But then we weren't the ones that were talking about getting rid of it either. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. What's up, Vigilante? What's up, man? So I know it's just one dude, but he writes and everything is ultra masculine and ultra violent. Yeah, I know, man. That's wild, man. Oh, hey, Vigilante, I'm gonna get with you either today or tomorrow. But I got something to send to you, and and I also got your message from yesterday. I'm gonna hit you up and let you know what's the best way we can my best contact info and all that. I'm gonna shoot that to you, man. So just letting you know, man. But man, I'm glad you're here. But man. But look, when it comes to this shit, this is what I see reading this already. And it says, it's not surprisingly, it was the youngest participants who craved that stuff the most in their TV and film dads. Just like the real ones. And fellas, if that feels like a lot, seek support and maybe don't have kids. Look at this. Dude's a fucking douchebag. He thinks somebody's supposed to get offended over that stupid shit. Come on. But he says nearly half the respondents, 46%, want to watch content that depicts men asking for help, including with their mental health. So 40. So 46% of these 1,500 people over there that UCLA talked to. So almost half of these kids want to see content where mental health is addressed. You know what? Not to sound offensive, right? Wait. Classic. Your message was retracted. What happened? Yo, try to resend that message, Classic. What's up, man? I hope you're doing good. I didn't They got rid of my other messages. For real? Okay, wait a minute, man. All right, so let's. All right, so look, I'm not really too familiar how the. I don't know if is it OBS or is it YouTube doing this? Because I don't have any kind of like restrictions or anything on this. Like basically, the last time I fucked with the messaging, which was fucking years ago, I made it to the point where anybody can say anything. Yo, my bad, man. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know what. Yo, if but if anybody knows anything about OBS, man, and knows how this works, you know, shit, let me know something, man. If I'm gonna have to look it up and see. I apologize, to y'all for that, man. I don't know what could have triggered for the messages to be censored, man. But I don't play that shit, man. I apologize about that, man. I wish I knew what you guys had to say, though, man. Unless I don't know, unless they got some kind of like I don't know, like word sensitivity type shits. I don't know. Ain't nothing. I know I didn't put that shit up, so I don't know what's going on, and I apologize for that. Um, but I'm gonna keep checking to see, if you guys are able to hopefully get through with your responses. Uh, I'm gonna tell you something. Not to be offensive, right? This like to make shows that talk about or like half of these people want to see shows and movies that depict men being sensitive towards you know like asking for help and them trying to deal with their mental illness. Not to be disrespectful, but that's kind of like the equivalent of having a woman, and I ain't trying to, be retarded about this, but just think about this. It's kind of like asking a woman to constantly like make more shows or movies about you know either like their mental, like postpartum depression or or even something more crazier like that time of the month. And all of a sudden, since people want to have that talked about more, they're expressing that kind of thing to be put more into what you watch. My thing is, like it ain't nothing wrong with tackling a sensitive subject, but my whole thing is why half of the people want to watch that? Is it really that important to like watch movies and TV shows about men struggling? Or men hurting or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like what's I don't know, man. It's just to show that kind of thing about a man, and not to say anything like that, but it's like that's maybe men don't want to see that shit. Maybe young people do, but it's like but of course, people are gonna make movies and TV shows about certain things, yeah, but not to the point where half of the shit you watch has to sit there and talk about it in one way or the other. Nah, not like that, man. It's kind of like okay, well, it's kind of like when the AIDS, you know, situation was going on, and people wanted more awareness towards that. like if half of the things that they wanted, to watch had to have that in there. It's like people ain't gonna be feeling that. So it's like, but if you want to address it some way, somehow, here and there, ain't nothing wrong with that because people deal with all kind of shit. Not to say that men are excluded or they're excluded from showing that, but you're talking about 46%. That's half of the people wanted half of their shit to have something to do with that. I don't know, man. That just sounds kind of wild. It says the CSS study was led by Yalda T. Ulse, founder and CEO of the center. And Ulse and her team concluded that young people are asking for a reimagining of how men show up in the lives of others. So people want a reimagining on how a man is supposed to show up, you know, or how a man's supposed to be. How can you reimagine that? Vigilante, how can you reimagine? How can we get a reimagining of how men show up in the lives of others? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. Like now I'm supposed to like come back in through the door a whole new way now. Like I'm supposed to like allow me to reintroduce myself. This is wild, man. Whether it's a father, mentor, coach, or teacher, the message from the audience was the same. Oz and her team pointed to two TV examples: heated rivalry in the pit as satisfying those depictions. What the fuck is that? Anybody ever watched the heated rivalry or the pit? I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever even heard of that. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of bugging me that you guys' messages were being deleted, man. Just like, fuck. Really wish I knew what you guys had to say, man. It sucks. Says if I may add another example for the kids, Bluey Dad Bandit is the model modern dad. Oz agreed the big blue guy is the gold standard. Bluey? You talking that like that little kids cartoon, Bluey? With the little blue dog, right? That's what we talking about. You know, my daughter's about to be 19 next month. So that's, you know, yeah, I'm not. Maybe Bluey was out back then, but she wasn't watching. I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't let her watch none of this new shit. My kids were watching complete. They were watching shit that like old school Sesame Street. Mister Rogers, Electric Company. You know, we was watching old shit, old Smurfs. Watching old. None of like nothing really got past the year 2000. It was a lot of older shit. It is what it is. Says exactly. She said on a phone call with the Hollywood Reporter, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Vin Diesel, Dominic Toretto may not have friends. He has family, but he would not be the father figure Gen Z and Alpha would gravitate towards. Wow. Isn't that a mouthful? Says there's not enough nuance or authenticity in the way that these men show the full range of their emotions Ools told The Hollywood Reporter, young people are going to make fun of it or reject it. Or for what it's worth, the old people make fun of that guy too. Nah. So basically they want more of a older school type father figure. Not saying older school like a person like being older age wise, but we're talking like a person that you're talking like an old father figure from back in the day. I mean, come on. I mean, if that's the thing, if that's what they want to see, there's plenty of shows that do that. All right. Uh, Step by Step, Family Matters. Um, there's all kind of shows like that that had like real cool father figures that cared about what the kids were doing. Blah blah blah. That's come on. I mean, but you can't sit there and say that somebody's gonna reject somebody like Dominic Toretto or who they had on the beginning of it, Rambo. What? So now people don't like just what, like a tough guy. But the thing is you're trying to say that people don't want it anymore. And from what I'm seeing here, that was only half. So what about the other half? So if that's 49%, what about the 51%? What did they want? That's the question. And if people trying to see what we're talking about, it's this topic right here. Gen Z and Alpha don't want to see that Rambo bullshit on screen. So basically, UCLA did a study where 49% of the, you know, teens, tweens, and young adults ages from 10 to 24, 49% wanted to see uh, more of a like caring father on screen, whether it's movies and TV shows. And my whole argument with that is nothing's wrong with that. When we were growing up, we had that and we had no problems with having that. Man, they had, look, that's the thing is, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are basically, they want what we had. We were able to get all that when it came to movies and TVs. Gen Z and Alpha looks like they're asking for it. But the thing is, it wasn't like up to us or our generation that pulled this or didn't allow this to happen for them. It's everybody else. It's everybody else that kind of, because right now in Hollywood they look down on the whole father figure type right now. Television, movies, they're looking down on the father figure type in Hollywood, and it looks like that's what they're asking for. But you know what? It wasn't like our generation or the folks that enjoyed that got tired of it. We never did. Shit. We grew up on TV shows that had all those kind of father figures that Gen Z and Gen Alpha are fucking asking for. So where are they at now? You got to ask the people that are making movies and TV shows and are fucking giving them the green light or fucking turning them down. Because from what I understand, there's been a lot of shows and scripts and movies that put all kind of, men out there that were caring and loving and, giving them what 49% are asking for. And you know what? The higher ups gave them shits a thumbs down. Why? Because they look like they're trying to push what fatherhood and everything else. They pushing that shit out the door. It's like it seems like entertainment and movies and TVs are, you know, talking shit about fatherhood. Like, it ain't cool to be a dad on TV no more. So what they do, they sit there and they make the dad look like shit. You know, they get like a lot of heroes that you've seen come back that were supposed to, you know, you would have thought would have been good fathers or whatever. They come back, you know, to reprise the role, and all of a sudden, what? The hero's now a deadbeat dad. The fuck? So that's Hollywood giving you, you know, the shitty dads. But to say that you don't want fucking, you don't want to see some shit like this, come on, man. I'd rather see Rambo and Dominic Toretto than whatever the fuck is coming out in theaters right now. So, I don't give a fuck if they're young or they're old. The shit that's coming out in theaters now is fucking horrible. That's what I got to say about that shit. This is interesting from Elon Musk, huh? You know what's funny? I'm looking at all the definition in the legs. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Like how a person's, you know, person fit like that would be when they jumped. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What's this?
Let me go. Whoa, let me go. Whoa, what? Nigga? Whoa, come on, man. Come on, man. What? You doing that pussy shit,
You know what? This is what I don't get, right? Like, you turn on Twitter, right? And the first things out the bat that you get is either an advertisement. It might be something cool, but more than likely, like even when you hit like all the different little shits that you got up at the top, you're always gonna get somebody fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like I see that shit and I'm like, wow, they're out here brawling and some of these fucking videos, man. Yo, people are buck. That dude look like he's bleeding. That dude ate about 4 elbows straight. He ate them straight. That's fucking buck. Look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like everywhere I look, man, it's like it's. And I'm not complaining, but what I'm trying to say is like Twitter don't X, Twitter, whatever, they don't fucking play, man. Like they'll show off whatever, man. They don't give a damn how raw it is either. That's some wild shit, man. Let me see something here, man. Damn, he asked Ice Spice if she had Down syndrome.
You got Down syndrome.
Fucking Neon, man. He's a trip, man. I just want to see what, you know, I don't care for, I just want to hear what the fuck she had to say.
Down syndrome. The fuck is wrong with you? You look like you dropped out of 6th grade and you can't see with the motherfucking glasses. Them glasses look like you just got them since you was 8. So, since you are rich and shit, right? Why the fuck you can't get yourself a new pair of glasses? And your lips looking hella ashy. Camera, zoom in, cause what the fuck is going on with his lips? Talking.
Yo!
Crazy on my face, fuck you talking about? Shit, I got fucking probation right now, and these motherfuckers really getting me turned up. Down.
Yeah, man. Wow. All right, man. That was funny. That was funny. Let me get on to the next shits, man. Let me ask y'all something. There's more people getting their ass whooped. Now, hold on, let me see something here. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. There's a YouTuber. Actually, I think he's pretty good. Actually, I like him. I've been watching him for about about a good year and a half. And his name is Derek Anderson, the DA. And I hope I get a chance to meet him one day, man. He's pretty cool. And he dropped his video. I thought it was interesting, and it's funny because he dropped his video today, right? So he dropped his video 10 hours ago. And it's funny because even from the first title of his video, he's expressing the exact same thing I asked yesterday when we covered this. And he says, make a stop. Sony Spider-Man's universe resets, but where's Spidey? Is this the same mistake again? And that's what I was getting at yesterday. So, you see.
What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody. So I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen this one, all right? This was posted up on the Hollywood Handle. Sony Pictures CEO confirms they will be fresh rebooting the Spider-Man universe spinoff films after Kraven flopped.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
And yeah, it wasn't just Kraven that flopped. All of these joints flopped, all right?
Yeah, man. Like I said, this is pretty interesting. To be honest, I'm not. The only people I know that went to go watch Kraven were the people that said that they were going to watch it just to, basically just to see the train crash, just to see, just to talk about it, on their channel, just to say, hey, I watched this. I took the hit for the subscribers. So let me save you guys, an hour and a half, 2 hours of your time, about $15 a ticket. Maybe, if you're going with your girl or whatever, y'all paying about 50, 60. If you're going with the family, you probably spending close to 100 along with popcorn and all the other shits. So, basically, let me go watch this and let you know how bad it is, so you can save your time, and hopefully I can get some views out of it. Sending this video out as a PSA. So yeah, but that's what a lot of people did. It's crazy.
Every last one of them. Madam Web flopped.
Rejected.
Kraven flopped.
Rejected.
Morbius flopped.
Rejected.
The last two Venoms flopped. The only movie that actually kind of worked out was the very first Venom that made over $800 million. And I think that got them all hot and excited. Oh my God, yeah, we're going to really be able to cash in on all of these Spider-Man.
You know, it's funny. There's people like right now, like they'll sit there and argue that the second and third Venom made money. I don't know for sure. Because honestly, I can probably jump on my phone right here and fucking pull that shit up and look at it or whatever. But like a lot of people watched the first one, and it's funny because even yesterday I said I own the second Venom on Blu-ray. I own the first two on Blu-ray, but of course I watched the first one. The second one I didn't even bother to watch. I have it, and then I haven't even popped it in. And I'm gonna tell you something. When it comes to something that's good, especially with comic book related movies, I really want to watch them shits. So if it had been something that I would have something that pulled me, if it had been something that would have pulled me in like from trailers and from word of mouth, then I would have definitely given that a spin. But the thing is, people were saying that it wasn't better than the first, and it was just like basically rinse, dry, repeat of the same shits. And the third one was more or less of the same thing. So why would I give a shit about watching the second and third Venom? I mean, I'll probably buy the third Venom at some point just to complete the collection, because of course, I'm a collector. So, but other than that, I'm not in no rush to own that shit or to even watch it. Just like Derek said, and like I said yesterday, like that shit is just not. It ain't high on nobody's list of, priority to watch any one of these fucking Marvel movies. Like these, not Marvel, these Sony, not related to Spider-Man universe movies.
Villains. Except we don't have Spider-Man in there. No, that's okay. Spidey wasn't in Venom either. But see, what they don't understand, man, is that, like, nobody wants to see these guys as anti-heroes. Nobody wants to see these guys as the protagonists of the movies, all right?
Another thing, too. Not only are we getting this, like, in, like, movies, TV shows, and all this other shit, we're actually getting, like, in comic books and all kind of other shits. We're getting a lot of stories where all the bad guys are now good guys now. It's no fun. It's no fun. Because now that, all the bad guys are good guys, the newer villains are nowhere as cool or whatever as the older ones. So nobody gives a fuck about them now either. That's just weird. I don't get it.
They want Spider-Man, and then these are Spider-Man's villains.
Thank you!
They should have been able to make better use of Spider-Man's rogues gallery than the nonsense that they gave us. You guys remember, man, some of these movies were just outright dog shit, man.
Look at that. Madam Web, 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. Morbius, 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. Venom, 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, 57%. Venom, The Last Dance, 36%. And Kraven the Hunter at 16%. Wow. That's bad. And you know what? You can't even trust fucking Rotten Tomatoes with their shits anyway. They're fucking bought and paid for ever since Captain Marvel. So, fuck that shit.
Madam Web, 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. Look, even the critics wasn't getting with it. 15% for Morbius, 16% for Kraven the Hunter. And then all of these Venom movies pretty much were underwhelming. Even though I think, like, honestly, Venom, the first Venom was better than Venom 2 and Venom 3. I thought Venom 3 was absolute dog shit. All right, I put Venom 3 right there with Craven, man. Utter trash.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah, you remember the CEO was trying to blame it on the critics, all right?
Yeah, I remember that shit. You know what? I like Derek the DA, man. I like him. You know, I'm gonna watch a little bit more and keep it moving. Watch a little bit more, see what else he has to say, and we're gonna keep it popping. Cause I've been on for a little bit already, but we're gonna make sure we see some other things before I bounce. So.
He says, yeah, Madam Web flopped because the press crucified it. Not because Madam Web was a trash movie, but because of the press, man. The critics crucified it. Our Marvel movies are not terrible films. They were destroyed by the critics. Well, that means you got to, up your goodie bag game, my guy. Okay? You got to get your goodie bag game on point. You can't be getting out here just, I don't know what he was putting in the goodie bag, like a Target gift card or some shit. Yo, bro, you got to start putting some Dom in there, man. Put a bottle of Dom in the goodie bag, all right? If these are the movies that you go...
Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all know what the goodie bags are, but basically, like, what he's saying is, in case you just never heard of that shit. All right, when these movies premiere, right? Or or whatever, or maybe like when they have like a special showing, they'll have like the critics come to the special showings or whatever, and they'll give the critics like these bags full of like all kind of cool shit that are like collectibles, things that you can only get at this certain event, and it can be all kinds of stuff, but they give you a goodie bag of all kind of cool trinkets and collectibles, a shirt, all this cool stuff, and they entice you with this just so that you can drop a good review for whatever their movie is. And the thing is, it kind of works hand in hand, that if you go ahead and you drop them a good review, then, and they'll hook you up with the goodie bag. And what they'll also do is put you on the list to where when they decide to make their next movie, you'll be sent an invitation to come watch it. And the thing is, it's for you being one of the people being considered, as a person to go view whatever movie they want you to watch. Your incentive is getting like first watch, getting your goodie bag, dropping a review or whatever, and the thing that you give in return is you get, is the review. And what he's saying is, since the reviews are bad, maybe, Sony needs to put better shit in their goodie bags to entice the people to give them better reviews. So, that's the thing. But
Don't be making, bro. You got to be giving out Rolex watches.
You ain't lying.
Trips to Tahiti and shit, right? You can't be out here half-stepping on your goodie bag game, bro. These are shills, all right? They will take care of you, but you got to take care of them, all right? Or just give them some cold, hard cash. Cash always works.
Money talks.
Yeah, and this is where they got the information from. Matt Bellany with Puck News. He has his podcast called The Town with Matt Bellany, and he had Sony Pictures CEO on Marvel's decline and Hollywood's originality crisis. Oh, this is probably hilarious to listen to. But let's listen to the part where he's...
I ain't gonna listen to that. I'm not gonna listen to that. But you know what? I like this. This is cool, and I like him. He basically asked the question that I asked, and that lets me know that we're basically all on the same you know, we're all on the same page, more or less. The fuck? All right. So, as I was kind of surfing the web a little bit, I jumped on Steam and seen that there's a trailer or something. It's about a minute, 57 seconds on an untitled John Wick video game. Now, they have a John Wick video game, and it came out a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And before the game, because the game is, you can't buy the game no more. You can't even play it. If you don't own the game by now, you'll never play it. It's called John Wick Hex, Hex, and it came out a few years ago. But from what I'm guessing, and the reason why you can't even play it, you know, it was more or less like a game that you'd have to buy through Xbox Live. And before they actually took it out of the Xbox store, they were selling it for like $3 or some shit like that. So basically, they sold it real quick for $3, saying like, hey, you got 24 hours to buy this John Wick Hex video game for $3 before it's gone forever. And that's exactly what they did. So I bought it for $3. I didn't even know fucking John Wick had a video game. So I bought it for $3. And for $3, it's all right. I'm not going to say it's the greatest game or whatever, but for $3, it was cool. Now, they got this coming soon. Of course, it has no user reviews, but there's a little trailer behind it, and I figured, shit, let's go check it out and see what they're talking about. So, here we go. Let me see here. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Oh. So far, not bad, but this is only, you know, cutscenes. But looks crispy. Looks crispy.
A man with your skill set must be able to move unconstrained, unrestricted.
Yo, wait a minute. That don't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. This is some cool shit. I like that. So far, like, let's say, you know, for a cutscene, that looks pretty cool. But if the action goes like that, like you can sit there and do all this shit, I like to see what it's about.
He must be versatile, capable, adaptable.
Yo, nice cutscene, but it's entertaining. It's definitely entertaining. So,
He must be grounded, stable, constant. believe you are ready, sir.
Oh shit. All right. You know what? For this being what it is, I can dig it. I can dig it. Now, the only thing that's going to be left after watching this, which this little trailer that we just saw is enough for me to want to watch more of it whenever they have gameplay or something else to add to this. When that comes, I'm definitely going to be ready to watch some more of this unnamed John Wick video game. So so far I'm sold.
Yeah.
Oh, yo. Yo. Fuck, I didn't expect that shit, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. What? You'll be able to do all this shit in the game? Man, I got to see this again, man. I got to see this again, man. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Saber, Steam, and Lionsgate. Which also means Valve, right? So, yeah. 2026, Lionsgate Entertainment, Incorporated and related companies, all rights reserved. Yeah, this is new shits right here. I like this. I like this. This is pretty dope. This is pretty dope. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it, man. See something here, man. The fuck is this? The fuck is this?
That shit been up there for years and you just ripped it down.
You know who BAL is?
Who? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
Yo, what the fuck's going on, man? What's going on here, man? Oh shit. Is this dude drinking a Red Bull? What the fuck's he doing? Oh shit. No parachute, man. That's pretty buck, man. He definitely gotta grab his ass. Fuck, man. Man, this is wild. Wow. Man, what's going on here? YouTube. Huh. Wow. That's wild. That is wild, man. Yeah. Okay. All right. We recommend what? Oh, okay. Let me see here. 2, 3, 5, 0, 0. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Just having a little issue here on the back end of things. Trying to see what was going on, but I'm good now. Trying to figure out some stuff, but Fanzine, my man, says bunch of wimps. That's what, yeah, that's my boy right there, man. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, my typing is horrible than a motherfucker. But it is what it is. Trying to get it right. Tell them, bro. Let them know. Wow. Not bad. Not bad. Look, let me ask y'all something, man. Shit, have y'all been like checking out what's going on with like this Tourette's situation? I don't know. I just find it kind of wild.
Breaking. Tourette's campaigner John Davidson allegedly interrupted the ceremony by shouting the N-word at Michael B. Jordan. Uh-huh.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate
Dilla and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
Wow. You know, the crazy thing about it is I've seen this. I've seen this shit and I thought he said it once, but it looks like he said it twice.
Oh my god! Everybody's silent. Everybody heard that shit, and the thing is, he waited for the applause to end, bro. Like, bro, this guy waited for the best possible moment. Oh my god. Come on.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
And so apparently this guy is a Tourette's campaigner. And he just said, wow. And so, what is this here, if I could find it? Michael said, Delore Lindo and Michael B. Jordan did what we had to do. did what we had to do. This guy just ults out of nowhere, man. God damn, was his name Eric Cartman? No, but he could be an old version of Eric Cartman. So, yeah, I don't know about this. The Mexican authorities got a woman close to narcobots. I didn't see that at all.
Wow. Just see that shit, man. That's just wild. Don't even know what to say to that, man. Put it in there twice, huh? Yo, it's Buck. Italian Ice. Interesting. Some Disney staffers are concerned the unconventional 36-second Super Bowl spot for The Mandalorian and Grogu failed to spark excitement. There's a sense of Sean Levy's Starfighter is more likely to satisfy Star Wars fans when it hits theaters next spring. You know the funny thing about this? The Mandalorian and Grogu Super Bowl spot reminded me of a Budweiser Clydesdale fucking commercial. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of an old fucking beer commercial. Like, no shit. That's really what it reminded me of. So, if you guys ever see this shit, to be honest, it was so whack, I don't even want to show it, man. Now, that's dope. That's dope right there. I wish I had these books. The first appearances of like the Winter Soldier and all that. I wish I had these Captain America books. They're fucking dope, man. That's dope, man. But to tell you the truth, the art here is fucking phenomenal. Look at that. This is dope. Some dope shit right here, man. Get the fuck out of here. The new report throws fresh light on Amazon's still developing Bond reboot, revealing that 007's next leading man remains a mystery as production plans hang in early stages and some surefire casting bets are being debunked in real time. Okay. Boy, Avengers Doomsday. This is gonna be some shit. This is gonna be something else when it drops. Hopefully you guys are doing good out there. See, I'm getting to my minute and my hour and 30-minute mark. So I think at this time I might just go ahead and build. What time is it right now? It's a little over 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab me a snack or something, go kick it, you know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look into seeing why YouTube or OBS is deleting messages. So I'm going to go through that, check it out, and hopefully I'll get that straightened out. So I do apologize to everybody that's dropped messages or anything and they got deleted by either YouTube or OBS. I apologize about it, and I'll get on that shit as soon as I stop the live stream. So let me see. Other than that, shit, everything's good, and I'm just thankful to be here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this whole live stream, hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and everything, and yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to start hosting this, hopefully on other platforms, but one step at a time. So what's up, Lady Miss? How you doing? You doing all right? Yo, I appreciate you showing up. Thank you for being here. But yeah, been on for about an hour and a half, and tomorrow I'm going to be doing some work, working. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set some things up so that when I get home from work, I'm going to turn the camera on and find some new things to talk about, whether it's in pop culture, or whatever, entertaining stuff. Just trying to get the old wheels rolling again. So, with that, I just wanted to tell everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for having my back. Lady Miss, you're awesome. I appreciate you being here. Penny, boy, you are awesome. I appreciate you, Penny. My brother Terrifight, appreciate you. My brother Vigilante Williamson, thank you. I appreciate you. Classic Comics, Low Spec, you boys, I appreciate you, brothers, man. Thank y'all for being here, having my back. And yeah, I see quite a few people came in to check your boy out. And I'm thankful for each and every one of y'all that has taken time out of your day to come, either say what's up, hit a thumbs up on the video. Engagement's important. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm going to get better, with all this live streaming. And at the same time, I'm going to go back to doing videos as well. It's just trying to figure it out and figure out what's the best way to go about doing this. But I'm thankful to be back, and I couldn't do this shit without y'all, man, because without y'all there is no me. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. You guys have a good evening. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to have a good evening myself, and I'm gonna be looking forward to catching up with you guys next time. So until then, peace. And as always, it's your boy 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media, and I am out. As always, man, you guys take care, and I love you guys. Be safe.